Okay, here we are, and Jebediah Kerman has drawn the straw this time as well. Mostly because I didn't bother to go in and do anything about selecting particular crew. But I figured, why not? Jeb's done us good so far. We'll see. Okay, SAS on, throttle up, and let's do this. We're lifting off okay. It looks a teensy bit wobbly, accelerating a little slowly. As a matter of fact, it's really wobbly right now. You can guess what component I did not add that I probably should have. And I may end up aborting this mission and going back to do that. And that is ye old struts. Yes, I think so. We've got enough altitude, so we'll just throttle off, stage through everything. Oops, didn't quite get that first stage throttled all the way off before I separated. Fortunately, the parachute will pull our hero loose. And the wreckage will fly way over there into the mountains from the looks of it. Oh well, good mountain range is useful for that. Oh, it looks like it isn't actually going as far as the mountain range, but it's far enough out of the way to not be a problem for us. Okay, let's head back into the vehicle assembly building and try this again. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and put the struts on that I really should have put on there to begin with. These little cubic octagonal things are really handy for this. Strut there, run it down to here. Of course you have to apparently swear at it just right. There. That's better. Alright, we'll try attaching from there, from the top down on this one. That seems to have worked. Okay, a little bit more support there. And let's run something from these outer lander engines down to here, or more likely from here up onto the lander engines. Alright, that looks like it ought to be just a bit more structurally strong. Alright, let's save that. We'll head to the launch pad and find out. Okay, physics kicking in and everything looks stable. Of course, it almost looked stable before, so let's see. SAS on, throttle up, and let's do this. It appears to be more solid. We're not wobbling and shaking around. And by this time in the last flight, we were. All right. Doing good. Flying straight and true. Picking up speed. Who knows? Perhaps this one will even take Jeb to land on the moon. About ready to lose the first stage. All right. And let us begin our turn. Definitely a lot more solid. Looking good. We're pitching 45 degrees, getting lots of climb, lots of horizontal velocity. Apoapsis continuing to climb and move in front of us. Our lights work. And we're just about done with this one. Alright, this is our orbital insertion stage, and hopefully it's got enough juice in it to also start the transition to the moon. Beginning to doubt that, however. Personally, I've always considered it to be a much better idea that the lander stage never has to use any of its own fuel until it is actually ready to begin the landing. And this is not going to be the case for this ship. Definitely not. In fact, absolutely not. This ship does not have what it's going to take to get it to the moon. by the time it's in orbit, it's going to have enough fuel to orbit the moon and return. I'm actually kind of certain of that. Okay, we have a 75-kilometer apoapsis. We'll go ahead and get in position for a circularization burn. We'll see what we've got left when we get there. Okay, my time warp just a bit fast out of impatience. This stage is going to have, these 4 outer tanks are going to have just nicely enough to put this thing into an orbit. And then they're going to be out of fuel. Oh, good night. All right. Let's just, I think what the best thing to do here is to not take an attempt at taking this thing all the way to the moon. Instead, we'll time warp around to atmosphere entry interface, bring this thing down, and work on a new design or an improvement on this one. We'll just retro burn and bring this thing down. And there's no way we're coming down close to the Space Center, I don't think. Because I do believe it's over that way, if I'm reading the map right. And once again, Jeb heads to a nice safe landing. I sincerely hope that his next landing is on the moon. As you might understand, this is becoming just a teensy bit frustrating, but we will beat this thing. That is a guarantee. And now, after recovering Jeb and his downed ship, we'll adjourn to the vehicle assembly building and rethink a few things. Okay, basically, this thing needs some more get up and go, as in helping it get off the launch pad faster and accelerate quicker. So let's try the first thing to think of, which is add more boosters. So on the launch stage, actually those might need to go a little higher up. Here on the launch stage, we will put in some solid boosters. Give it a whole lot more get up and go. Let's see. Alright, that engine goes down here. Plenty of TWR for liftoff. And I'll admit I'm half tempted to think this would be enough all by itself. Still thinking it might do well to have a little more up here. So how about we try to do something like that? Another large tank. Up here, let's do a three-way cluster. LTV-30s. Now, of course, try to do this. It's not really going to work right, but I read something interesting on the KSP forum that might just do the trick. Alright, stack decouplers on the bottom of the engines, and then we go back over here and we get our tri-adapter again and we flip it over. Well, not to be discouraged. I'm pretty sure it should be possible to do something like this. Okay. It doesn't seem to want to work. Okay. It was an idea. There's got to be some kind of a way to use clustering on an upper stage. But since we don't seem to have such a way just yet, I'll just throw another skipper on here. And we'll see how that does. Alright, now let's check the staging. Okay. Well, that would have been a problem. All right. Alright, this looks better, believe it or not. Let's go ahead and throw a launch clamp on here. Save this, and we'll adjourn to the launch pad to give it a try. Alright, here we are. Jeb's all anxious and ready to go. I don't know why that thing's position got reset. Anyway, we're looking good. SAS on, throttle it up, and let's do this. Okay, that was almost a problem because the launch clamps are not supposed to let go until the engines are running. We're getting off the ground fairly quickly. We've got some serious wobbles getting started. Okay, we'll lose the solid boosters soon. That might help calm things down. No. It's falling apart. I staged this sucker without letting off the end, without shutting off the throttle first. So Jeb is going to drag his parachute way the heck up there. And we have no way to know how much fuel is left in that, but it's an FLT 400 tank. But his capsule's not going to decouple from it. Until the engine stops accelerating. It doesn't look like he's going to go very far, though. And of course, old Jebediah, he's enjoying the ride. He doesn't care. Alright, let's see. Wonder if we can use any of this reaction wheel torque in the capsule to pull loose of this thing. How about that? That part goes down there. And Jeb back to the surface. Fortunately, all that acrobatics didn't destroy the parachute. Obviously, this design needs work. Well, I'll recover Jeb in the capsule and we'll get back to the assembly building. Okay. I think I know what the problem is. This area up here needs the strut treatment that this area got. Okay, that was not very useful. Alright, this should work better. And another one going upwards. And let's throw another reaction wheel thing in here. Saving this and heading to the launch pad.